Uncle Greg's Shop Stories, 15 February 2025. What are we looking at? Well, I played in a country band many years ago. Well, actually 2 years ago. And the lead singer wanted me to play a Telly, and I didn't. So I built myself a super lightweight Les Paul Junior with a Telly style bridge on there. And that it's a Carondelet pickup, which is kind of like a P90. And the cool thing is, to get more versatility, I actually hid a coil underneath there, which you activate by pulling out on that. And now it's both coils back to just that one. And that basically turned it into a humbucker with kind of a Gretschy sort of tone. The thing weighs nothing. And I finished it the night before we did a 22-hour drive to Panama City, Florida. And I didn't have time to paint it, so I just drained some oil out of my chopper and rubbed it into the wood. And then you can see where my hands went when I was playing or holding on to it. And we were playing in Panama City at the Indian dealership there. They had a stage set up, and we played there for several days. And there was a guy pinstriping bikes, and I was impressed by his work. So I gave him the guitar one evening and a couple $100 and said, just do what you want. And the next day he handed it to me like this, and I was thrilled because he matched the colors of this crazy Italian pickguard material exactly, and did a great job. It's a cool guitar. It's really loud, really light. I didn't build it to sell it. In fact, it's still got my old headstock shape on it. And the guy that did the paint is Letterfly is his name. So if you need anything pinstriped, I recommend you look up Letterfly. And if I remember, I'll put a link. I know he's out there. So that's a cool guitar. Just got that back from Charlie Starr. He had it. And here's another one Charlie had. And this is the Telly that I built before I built the Telly Junior. This is a piece of Carina that I had that was too short to make a Les Paul body out of. But when the boss of the band told me I needed to play a Telly, I built my version of a Telly. So I used a left-handed bridge so that the treble side of the pickup was farther away, and it smoothed it out, took some of the ice pick out. That's a Schecter V90, which has actual bar magnets for pole pieces. And then this is a Carondelet overwound Telly pickup, and I wish I could remember the model name, but you know, Jeff knows, I don't. And this is material that was left over from the guitars I built for ZZ Top, and I made these knobs out of cutoffs. I just stacked the material up and used acetone to melt it together, and I made 6, and throughout the process 4 of them died. And I said, nope, not doing that anymore. That's exactly how I said it. Nope. Other cool things about this guitar, I used carbon fiber, and I recessed the ball ends because I didn't want anything snagging on me on my fancy leather trousers. And the other thing is I angled this so that access was a little better, and I used the barest minimum amount of finish. So you can see I didn't finish I didn't fill the grain, and I did that on purpose because I wanted as little finish as possible, and I used Mohawk Nitro and tinted it myself. And the neck is a really nice piece of flame maple. I had a friend that knocked down some trees years ago, and this is a piece out of his backyard. And I didn't want to use it on a client guitar because it had this little knot, but it actually is super stable. As you can see, it's fairly stout, and just a cool guitar. And again, predates my actual logos, so that's actually one of my stickers cut out, just like the other guitar. Now my logos look like that for the inlaid logos, and they look like that for the decals. And yes, the guys know that Uncle Greg likes Dirty Carina. So, fun stuff. There's the Carina V that's almost done. In fact, here's the pick guard I just made for it. The first pick guard I made, I kind of screwed it up a little bit. I didn't get these contours to match that contour. It was off just enough that I didn't like it, so I'm making a new guard. So that's what I do. I obsess about this crap sometimes. Update on the walnut. It has a shit ton of clear on it built up now, and it's going to cure for a couple weeks, and then I'm going to sand the vast majority of it down and then hit it with a little more. Here is a 1957, I guess, P-base neck. The body's down in there. I'm doing a restoration. And let's see, you've seen all that stuff. That's a ES 120T that just cleaned up and got done. And, you know, just stuff. I mean, there's just stuff everywhere.